Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mike Beys with you once again, and today we're going to talk about summer slim down. We're going to talk about weight loss. So first things first, let's talk about weight gain and what puts the weight on. Human beings haven't changed very much since hunter-gatherer societies, and storing fat was a way for people to survive. So when we see people who happen to be larger, genetically they hold on to more fat for times of scarcity. And that's genetic. The other thing that causes weight gain is engineered food. We have things like high fructose corn syrup, which is genetically modified corn to produce more sugar, and hydrogenated fats. These things the body doesn't know what to do with, and it stores it as fat. One of the other things that's very important is food addiction. Sugar is now categorized as a drug, and it has the same effect as cocaine on the brain, so you can see how it's very hard to avoid it. Good example is check out a few kids after a bag of candy. Stress, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that's very important as well, and that takes hormone imbalances into consideration, and certain medications. We now know that antibiotics cause weight gain, and we know that certain drugs like anti-inflammatory, prednisone, also cause weight gain. Another thing, sedentary lifestyle. So if you're taking in calories and you're not burning calories, and you're going to gain weight. Food availability. Think how easy it is to drive to a McDonald's and just acquire $2,000 calories worth of food, and you don't have to spend too much energy to get there either. And misinformation. Calories are not calories. So fat-free is usually high in sugar, and sugar-free is usually high in fat. Before we address weight loss further, it's important to talk a little bit about digestion. Digestion starts in the mouth. It's very important to chew your food, because mechanically we're breaking it down to its smallest components, and the saliva also has enzymes that break it down even further. That's why it's important, like things like blending or even soups and stews. These foods are broken down and cooked for a long time, so when they get to the stomach, it's easier for the stomach to break it down. When they get to the small intestine, the nutrients are absorbed better, less hunger, more efficient use of food. Okay, obviously fitness. Fitness is very important, because fitness is how you burn calories and expend the energy to burn off the calories that you took in. I like swimming. Non-weight bearing exercise is very good. I also like yoga. If you look at some of the poses, you can see that you're expending quite a bit of energy, even though it seems like a very passive form of exercise. But both these exercises combine the mind with the body, and it's a great way to just burn calories. But here's the important thing about fitness. Whatever you do, you have to like what you're doing. If you're not into it, don't bother doing it. People tell you to walk. You don't like to walk, guess what? You're not going to walk. Play with your kids, go to the gym, but try and avoid repetitive stress injury. Lifting weights over time will usually lead to some sort of injury. Running, you multiply every step by 3. So think about what that does to the body, and just reconfigure and think about exercise in a different way, but stick to it. Another important aspect of weight loss is calorie economics. If we take in a certain amount of calories, we need to exceed those calories with energy in order to burn them off. So if we reduce calories and increase energy, we start the weight loss process. If we reduce calories, it's very important that we get the standard mineral and nutrient and vitamin requirements daily needed in order to sustain ourselves as human beings. And usually you get those from plant-based sources. So it's very important to eat your fruits and vegetables. That's where your vitamins and minerals come from. Everything else is white noise. Eat a rainbow, and don't go for high carb, low carb, less carb, this carb. It's very simple. Plain plant-based sources of food are probably best for you. So the stress mechanism is important, because that's the way the body stores fats in the times of scarcity. We panic if we're not getting to our food source. But today we have a lot of ways that induce panic, and that is the sympathetic aspect of the nervous system. Fright, flight, or fight. Did I get my kids to baseball practice on time? Did I get that green light before it turns red? My stress at work. During the stress mechanism, the body releases a chemical called cortisol, which keeps fat on and suppresses the immune system. So fitness is a good way to reduce stress. You can see the link now why yoga is important or why swimming is important. You have to relieve stress. It's an integral part of weight loss. Finally, acupuncture can really help. It's really good, and I don't like to just throw words out there. I like to quote some studies. So do the research, look it up for yourself, and there's some very important factors. A Turkish study found that Acupuncture actually regulates the hormones of digestion. So the hormone that needs to release that tells you that you're full manages appetite properly. A Greek study showed and reviewed 800 other studies that showed that acupuncture helps with anxiety. So think about that sugar thing. If sugar's a drug and we're drawing from it, there's going to be stress. If we can manage that stress, then we can stick to our diet a lot better. A Korean study showed that there was a dramatic weight loss in body mass index, waist size, and overall fat. And finally, one of the new things that's very important that goes back to the overuse of antibiotics, there's Chinese studies that shows that it actually changes the ecology in the stomach and also boosting the good bacteria that belongs there that helps keep a healthy digestive system, which also helps keep a healthy weight. Alright guys, I just want to thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow, check out some of the other videos. For more information, follow the link below and follow us on social media.